Here's your host, Alfredo Leo.
Makiala, as the defense is dominated what was supposed to be a super shootout until Tom Brady led one of the classic drives to lead the New England Patriots to the record-tying 6th Super Bowl win over the Los Angeles Rams. Brady threw 2 perfect passes to Rob Gronkowski to set up Sony Michel's 2-yard touchdown, which was the only score in the lowest-scoring Super Bowl win. That put New England up 10-3. A late field goal clinched the win over the Rams, 13-3, in a season in which all sorts of offensive records were set. This Super Bowl wrote the defensive record book. Finally got a touchdown, and the defense played the best game of the year, Brady said. No Super Bowl had ever gone into the fourth quarter without a touchdown. This game did, tied 3-3, even though these teams combined to average over 60 points a game. When the Patriots needed a score, Brady, the oldest winning quarterback in a Super Bowl at 41, completed 4 straight passes, including a pair which covered 47 yards to Gronkowski, the second of which the star tight end beat 2 defenders, ending at the Los Angeles 2, the only time either team was inside the 20-yard line. Michel ran off left tackle for his second postseason touchdown. He knows to trust in me and throw that ball, Gronkowski said, and I'm going to grab it. Julian Edelman, the outstanding receiver who missed the 2017 season with a knee injury, was the game's MVP with 10 receptions for 141 yards. Here is Edelman speaking on whether if he could have the performance that he had going into the big game, like the one he did, courtesy of CBS.
I wasn't focused on that. I was just trying to go out and have a good week of practice and do my job. And, sometimes the cookie crumbles that way.
With 4:17 left, All-Pro Stephon Gilmore picked off an ill-advised pass by Rams quarterback Jared Goff, who seemed overwhelmed by the big stage all night at the New England 2. Steven Gostkowski made a 41-yard field goal with 1:12 remaining as he completed a 72-yard march that took more than 3 minutes off the clock and included 26-yard runs by Michel and Rex Burhead. It was a workmanlike conclusion for the Patriots at 14-5, whose losses came all away from New England. They beat the top 2 offenses in the Chiefs and Rams in the postseason and tied the Pittsburgh Steelers for the most Super Bowl titles. The Patriots were terrific all game on defense as they allowed the fewest points in a Super Bowl, tied with Dallas in 1972 against Miami. We're a relentless team, and linebacker Dante Hightower said, "We didn't give up. A lot was thrown at us. When we played like we did tonight, we can't be beat." The Rams, who reached the NFL championship game with the aid of a major officiating error in the conference title victory in New Orleans, never really threatened to reach the end zone. Last time I checked, defense wins championships, Rams running back C.J. Anderson said. At 66, Bill Belichick became the oldest winning Super Bowl coach. The Patriots beat the Rams, then representing St. Louis to begin their dynastic run in the 2002 game. They also have beaten Carolina and Philadelphia 2004 and 05, the last repeater, the Seahawks in 2015, and Atlanta Falcons in 2017 in the only overtime game in Super Bowl history. Speaking of Belichick, here's what he had to say about winning another Super Bowl and more to Jim Nantz, courtesy of CBS.
Coach Belichick, come on in here.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Jim.
I know that Lombardi trophy is right behind you here, but you got something special also in your arms right now.
I sure do. She is special, but, this is just a great day for our football team. Obviously, Mr. Kraft put this all together, but it's all about the players. These guys work so hard all year. They just competed every week, and they competed today like champions. They played like champions.
How did you come up with a game plan like that to stop the Rams' high-powered offense?
Well, it's tough. They're a great football team. They're very well coached. I mean, it's really about the players. They made the plays. They stopped the run. They tackled the quarterback. They covered the receivers. We covered kicks, and we moved the ball, made plays when we had to.
How sweet is this one of all the ones you've had?
It's sweet. It's sweet, Jim. Everybody counted us out from the beginning of the season to mid-season, but we're still here.
And who you got here, Bill?
Blakely, say hi.
His granddaughter. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks, Tim.
Bill Belichick.
They have lost 3, including to Philadelphia last year and the New York Giants in 2007 and 2011. New England is also the first team since the 1972 Dolphins to win a Super Bowl the year after losing one. How the Patriots accomplished it was atypical. The 10-point margin was their biggest in winning a game in a championship, a Super Bowl championship. Here is Patriots owner Robert Kraft speaking about the team's win and more, also courtesy of CBS. Enjoy, and we'll be back after that.
Patriots fans, this is your 6th championship in the last 18 years. Truly an unprecedented accomplishment, really managed by exceptional players and coaches to whom all of us forever grateful. But there is one constant throughout this whole 18 years. 2 men who are the best at what ever has been done in the history of the NFL. Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. And through their hard work and great leadership, I am honored to say for the 6th time, we are all Patriots, and once again, the Patriots are world champions.
Brady, who has won 4 Super Bowl MVP trophies, wasn't particularly sharp, except when throwing to Edelman. He was the steadiest offensive player on the field, finishing with 10 catches for 141 yards. Here's what Edelman said on what it means to win another Super Bowl title, also courtesy of CBS.
It just matters that we won, man. It was a crazy year. We had a resilient bunch of guys. It was unreal, man. It was like a home game here. We love you guys here. It was awesome.
Brady also passed Charles Haley to become the only player with 6 Super Bowl titles. Amazing. Here's Brady speaking about the win and more, as well as a cute moment from his daughter, and if he heard her during the game, also courtesy of CBS.
I heard her today. What a game, and just so proud of our team. I mean, the support here tonight was like a home game. We could have been at Gillette Stadium, and we can't thank you guys enough for the incredible support all year, and I know everyone back home is going to have a nice late night tonight, and I think we might have a parade on Tuesday or something like that. So,
the parade, by the way, did happen on Tuesday. Brady was also asked on what would motivate him to come back for another season, to reset and do it all over again. Also, the gym dance on CBS.
Look at this. How could this not motivate you? Is what it's all about. And to have this little girl here, and this little boy, and my other boys around here, and for my boy right there,
You call him
you my little brother.
Yeah, you said you never had a little brother, but if you had one, it'd be Julian Edelman. Guess what? He's the MVP.
He deserves it. That was one of the best games he ever played.
Although suspicions about the Patriots declining this season was put to bed when the defense made Goff look awful and turned all-pro running back Todd Gurley into a non-factor. While it was anything but odd to see New England celebrate a championship, the manner it earned this one was startling. The 2.5-point favorite Patriots moved the ball, ran down the clock, but made uncharacteristic mistakes on offense. Goff and the Rams made more of them. LA's second-ranked offense managed just 57 total yards for the half. The Rams were completely overmatched on the line and were particularly unable to handle the elusive Edelman, who had 7 receptions for 93 yards. Coach Sean McVay, whose Rams had never been shut out in the first half during his time there, let out a long, deep sigh just before halftime, recognizing how badly his team was manhandled despite them only being behind 3-0. It was also the lowest score at halftime since Super Bowl IX, which Pittsburgh led 2-0 over Minnesota. McVay, the youngest Super Bowl head coach at 33, admitted he was outcoached. He had no answers as Gurley, coming off knee issues, managed 35 yards rushing. Goff went 19 for 38 for 229 yards and was sacked 4 times. Brandon Cooks, a Patriots receiver last season, did have 8 receptions for 120 yards. What a win by the Patriots. Love them, hate them. Even though I'm not a Patriots fan, but you cannot, or Brady fan either, or Belichick. But like I said, you cannot deny what they've done like throughout this dynasty. Be able to win 6 Super Bowls in 18 years, incredible run for them. And who knows if they would have won all there would be 9 Super Bowls. And it goes to show you, like, if there was any doubts, Brady, he's a GOAT now, and Belichick, he's the greatest coach of all time. So, and it's just amazing, like, what they've been able to do with this run. I mean, just to be able to win all these Super Bowls, and what a stretch for Boston sports as well. Poor Los Angeles, though. They've lost to Boston teams 3 times now within the last couple of months. 2 of those to the Patriots, and one was the Chargers losing in the AFC Championship game, and the Rams in the Super Bowl, and with the World Series with the Red Sox being the Dodgers shows how great stretch Boston has been recently, and a poor stretch Los Angeles losing to Boston in all those games there. So it's unfortunate for them, but fortunate for Brady and the Patriots to be able to do it again. 6 of them. You know, I would have liked the Rams to win. It was nice to see Brady win, unless you're a New York Jets fan, or anybody in the AFC East. Sucks for you guys that you deal with all this winning all the time, but even though I'm not a fan of those guys with the Patriots, but still, though, it was nice to at least see them get a win, and they got their redemption, too, to be able to win another Super Bowl after, like, tough loss last year. So, but them to be able to do it like this, it wasn't the most exciting game as far as the score is concerned, but defense was amazing. I mean, defense does win championships, as previously said by Ray Lewis, so, and that was prevailed here, and the Patriots played great defense, the Rams played great defense. It felt like a game from 2000 or 1985, when those were historically great teams, like with the Chicago Bears and the Baltimore Ravens, respectively, both winning Super Bowls those years. And those defenses were outstanding when they won those Super Bowls. And this defense, amazingly, Patriots were amazing, and the Rams, I knew they had a good defense, but both teams just shut everybody down. Incredible that this was a game like this, but at least at the end of the day, the Patriots came back and won, and love him or hate him, you cannot deny what Brady has accomplished. And despite Spygate and Deflategate, Brady's been able to redeem himself and still win Super Bowls after that. Both instances. I mean, he was suspended because of Deflategate, and he still managed to win 2 Super Bowls since that suspension. And Brady, he's just that great. I mean, he's a GOAT when it comes to quarterbacks. If he wasn't already, he is now. I mean, he didn't have to win any more Super Bowls to cement his legacy, but he has. And congratulations to him and the Patriots. And love or hate it, like I said, they won. And Brady does not want to retire, which is bad news for Jet fans, Dolphin fans, and Buffalo Bill fans. You guys are going to have to deal with more Brady coming up the next couple of years. As Brady has stated, he wants to play to 45. And like he said in the interview to Jim Nantz on CBS, he cannot ignore that type of situation. I mean, he enjoyed that winning and celebrating like he did on Sunday when he won the Super Bowl. So, I mean, he wants more of it. I mean, good for him. The Patriots are still good. Nobody's going to challenge them in the AFC East. They're probably a lock to be back in the AFC Championship game. The way they've reported the last couple of years, they're probably a lock to go back to the Super Bowl, too. And it was incredible how much of a run he's had. And he's the greatest quarterback of all time, to the point now that he's got 6 rings now, and now he's tied to Michael Jordan as far as like athletes concerned. I don't think, I mean, I can understand comparing the two of them, but Jordan, he had a much bigger impact on the NBA during his time, like when he won those championships. I mean, the Dream Team and everything like that. Jordan was the reason why the NBA ended up becoming a global league like it has been since then. I mean, also Jordan, he had more consistency, and he had a big impact on his team. I mean, in the NFL, it's hard to have one guy being big impact. In the NBA, it's possible. And Jordan was that big impact when he won his 6 championships. Also, he never lost in the finals, unlike Brady, who's lost 3 Super Bowls, even though he's been there more, 9. Incredible. But Jordan, he was able to win 6 championships, all within a short amount of time during 1 decade in the 90s. I mean, he had that retirement, but if it weren't for that, though, he would have won more. But his impact was bigger on the NBA than what Brady's has been in the NFL, because the NFL was already big when Brady got there, but the NBA wasn't as big as it became once Jordan got there, and the impact Michael Jordan's had on the NBA was incredible, and still is. I mean, he won all those championships. I mean, I still think he's the better athlete, the better career, because he was more consistent in a short amount of time. Like 10-year stretch, he was the best in the NBA. I mean, he's a GOAT for a reason. Well, he's the overall GOAT in the NBA. But in the NFL, though, Brady's just a GOAT for quarterbacks because you could argue with receivers, overall, like all the time, with Jerry Rice or Jim Brown or other guys like that. But in the NBA, Jordan's the definitive GOAT. But in NFL, though, it's still debatable because he's the GOAT when it comes to quarterbacks because he's got more accomplishments than Joe Montana or Terry Bradshaw or Troy Aikman, Eli Manning, Peyton Manning, guys like that. I mean, Brady deserves like this accomplishment, and I still think Jordan's better when it comes to athletes overall. But it comes to the NFL, Brady's like the best quarterback ever, and Jordan, he's the best, I think, in my opinion, athlete of all time. Going out of the limb there, it may be an unpopular opinion, but that's what I'm going to say there. He's the GOAT for a reason, and because of his accomplishments and everything like that. But Brady, he could still win more championships, but he's lost. But still, though, amazing that he's been to 9 Super Bowls. And despite, he didn't have to win any more, but he's done it. I mean, winning 9 Super Bowls is amazing. I mean, going to 9, winning 6 is amazing. Imagine if he did win 9, though. That'd be even more amazing. But him winning 6 in 9 appearances is not bad. I mean, he has struggled against the NFC East, which were those 2 losses to the Giants and Eagles. But he had beaten Eagles before, even though it was a different roster at what was one of his earlier Super Bowls. But still, though, congratulations to Brady and Belichick and Julian Edelman. What a game he had. I mean, him winning MVP, I never would have thought that. I mean, what a bounce back for him after his suspension and injury. And what he's done is incredible. To do all that, to bounce back after that, incredible. And congratulations to him. And they were celebrating a little bit Disney World, too, so that was a neat moment there. But the Patriots will be back, and the Rams, well, they're a young team. I think they'll have a chance to go back eventually. I mean, they're still young. I mean, Jared Goff, he's getting started. McVay's a young coach still, and Todd Gurley and Aaron Donald and all those guys, they're still young. And I think they'll have another chance to go back at some point, and I think they'll win a Super Bowl at some point. They're too talented not to go back. But as long as the Patriots are still there, it's going to be a bit of a challenge. But I think the Rams will get one eventually, and don't be surprised if they do. So stay hopeful, Rams fans. You guys will get a championship at some point. But the Patriots, this is their time. It's just an incredible stretch here. This is not supposed to even happen in the NFL because of the salary cap and supposed to be more parity and everything like that. But Patriots, though, they find a way to win them regardless. So kudos to them. Like I said, love them or hate them. But you cannot ignore what they've done, despite some of their scandals that they've done. But they've been able to be more resilient, and they've been able to bounce back from those by winning more championships. So can't blame them for all these Super Bowls. So they're likely going to get more. And as long as Brady still play, watch out. Patriots still going to be a team to beat every year. So congratulations to him. And Patriots, like I said, for winning the Super Bowl again, Super Bowl 53. So pretty neat moment there as well. And congratulations again. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like if you are brand new, subscribe. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.